Hey, this is Trish, and this is actually a little bit past midnight, but I'm going to go ahead and do this video for today because I do a video every day. Don't ask why, it's too long to go into, but I just wanted to kind of go over what I have, what I've been doing the past 24 hours, because I post all sorts of stuff on my Facebook. It tends to be activist oriented. I try to be positivity oriented to help balance a lot of the negative stuff. Let's see, I posted this article about this Florida sheriff who they came across some bodies and apparently they were killed ritualistically. So just out of nowhere, the sheriff in Florida said it was probably Wiccans who did this without any basis. He said it looked like Wiccan ritualistic killings. You idiot. I mean, you cannot just malign people that way. I mean, first of all, as I said on the Facebook post, I mean, Wicca doesn't exactly have any rituals for killing people. So it can't be ritualistic Wiccan murders. He just went off and being a dumbass sheriff in Florida. So that was interesting. Now, so people are asking me about Wicca and paganism and witchcraft and what's the difference between all of those. And so I got to answer some of those questions. And I posted this article about this dog, this stray dog who was literally starving, covered in mange, had like no hair left, no fur, and was willing to jump in this person's car, this person who rescues dogs, and got the dog to safety. Her name is Kelsey, and she's now doing great and with a family. And so again, I try to post some things, and I posted that the lesson for the day was love and compassion, and to look beyond the surface to see the heart of another human being, another being. In this case, it's a canine being, because I love animals. See, what else did I do? Oh, I did this post about time, because time is fluid, and when you're trying to work, that's not really a good thing because of deadlines and those kinds of things. You gotta make those deadlines. And I just posted that when my daughter's out of school, I lose track of time because I'm usually awake during the night and I sleep or I nap during the day. I usually only get maybe 2 hours of sleep at a time, and then I'm up for a few hours, and then I'll take a 2-hour nap, and then I'm up for the day or actually the night. And so I don't get a lot of sleep at any one group of hours in a row. I go to bed like this morning, actually. Well, it's now 12:14 a.m. So, so technically it was yesterday morning, but I went to bed. It was after 8 a.m. and I didn't want to go to bed even then because my brain was still, I wanted to work, but I need some sleep. And it's just that this always happens to me when my daughter's out of school. And one of the reasons why this is just kind of hitting me is because my daughter's set to graduate from high school in December. She's going to graduate early, and so I almost worry that once I don't have that permanent schedule of having to be awake at 7 a.m., having to get her on the bus, working till 4, like whatever work I'm going to do during the day, I'd have to get it done by 4. She comes home around 4:15, 4:30, and then, the process of, making dinner, cleaning up after dinner, and then I usually go back and start working again by 6 or 6:30, and then I'll work till midnight, 1 a.m., go to bed and wake up and do it all over again. But when my daughter is out of school, I just feel there is no sense of time. Time is just fluid. And it kind of goes back to different teachings that time is, time doesn't exist. Time is a construct. Humans make up time. Time is not actually linear. Time is actually cyclical or circular. And so it was just this feeling of being, you know, like I'm living in Groundhog Day. You know that movie, Bill Murray? It's like living in Groundhog Day. But sometimes when you work a schedule and your life really is the same day in and day out, that can feel like Groundhog Day too, also. But for me, this is kind of like Groundhog Day, but it's cool and I love it. But, you know, it's hard to get work done when you don't have that rigid schedule of school, bus schedule, dinner on the table, you know, kid must be in bed by a certain time so she wakes up in the morning, you know. So anyway, you know, and I much prefer living like this. I mean, I could absolutely live in a cottage in the woods and not be bothered by a calendar or a clock ever again. That would be perfecto. But no, so I was just kind of joking that, you know, I don't know what day it is. So my friend Mark was kind enough to tell me it's Saturday. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. But, so that was something else today. Oh, and then I posted that, just a little comment that America is a socialist country, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we are a socialist country. From our public roads, public sidewalks, public libraries, public schools, public fire department, public law enforcement, public parks, you know, public roads, I mean, everything, you know, public health care, public hospitals, public everything that is paid for by taxpayers. You know, we are a socialist country, and why people have a really hard time dealing with that, I don't know, because there's actually nothing wrong with being in a system that actually helps all the people. We have a capitalist socialist hybrid system, and unfortunately our system tends to help the assholes in charge of, you know, corporations and the kickbacks to politicians. Those are the ones that tend to run the country. But anyway, and so surprisingly, I have not gotten one negative comment, maybe because all the people I know tend to be socialists. You know, and again, like I said in the post, it doesn't, you know, it's not that I'm against people making money. Making money is great. It's crony capitalism that I don't like. It's when these CEOs of corporations get these multi-million-dollar bonuses, and yet they don't pay their workers a living wage, and the jobs that they are in control of, they send those overseas. So they lower the workforce, and then they don't pay the workforce a wage they can actually live on. That's what I don't like. It's an asshole way of doing things, but that's the Republican way. Oh, and this other thing, I posted a picture of my daughter, and somebody started, and a friend of mine, Jimmy, started asking me about, you know, if I can tell him if he has an Irish DNA, you know. He gave me a little information about his name. So this is, you know, so I had to tell him, you know, I went through and I told him that based on his name, it seemed like an English-German name to me. And, you know, he gave me a little bit about his history. His family originally came from England, but spent some time in Ireland, and his family came to America from Ireland. But, you know, so I gave a long answer on that. So it's been an interesting day, and, you know, I don't know how your day was. Leave me a message below. Tell me what you went through. But I finished the night by posting this ridiculous protest these women did. They're part of the Black Lives Matter, except they can't be because they're idiots. They interrupted Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, didn't he march with Martin Luther King? I mean, why would you protest? If you're for social justice and social awareness, why would you protest Bernie Sanders? He is a true activist. He truly works for and cares for the people. So I don't know. So it's been a very unusual day. And on top of that, because it is Saturday, thank you very much, Mark, I haven't gotten a lot of work done. Again, it's now 12:20, and I'm actually going to start work. And I'll be up for several hours working on things because I just didn't get to them yet because I was spending time with my daughter, and actually spent some wonderful quality time with my daughter this evening. And so it's been wonderful. You know, so, and she goes back to school Monday, and so I'm just kind of enjoying my late night of work while I can, and then Monday morning I've got to be, I have to wake up at 7 a.m. I can't go to bed at 7 or 8 a.m. I have to be awake at 7. You know, and I'm back on the schedule that I don't like, which is a schedule of alarms. My life is all alarms. It's an alarm to wake up, an alarm to make sure I'm actually out of bed, because I have to, you know, one to wake up, and I snooze that like 3 times, and then I have an alarm to make sure I'm out of bed, and then I have this alarm that's like a 10-minute, must be on the bus in 10 minutes, alarm, and then I have different alarms during the day, and then I have an alarm to make dinner, because otherwise I'll just keep working, because I don't care, you know, I prefer to work than cook and clean. So I have to have an alarm to make dinner. I have an alarm to remind myself to go to bed, because when my daughter's in school, I have to stop working by midnight or 1 a.m. And so I have loved this freedom of the past 2 months. This Groundhog Day of living on my schedule, but it is coming to an end. And so, I don't know, I'm just kind of being reflective. You know, it's just, this is just a random topic video for the day. As you can see, I am wide awake, and I really don't want to go to sleep anytime soon, but I'm actually going to make myself go to sleep by about maybe 4 a.m. and that'll be hard. And then maybe tomorrow I'll try and go to bed by about 2 or 3 a.m. so I can wake up at 7. For a Monday morning, the first day of school my daughter will have. So that's weird. That's very weird to think about. But anyway, so this is just a random topic video today of things I went through. I'm going through my Facebook. You know, well, yeah, and I posted stuff all over my Instagram, so you can find me on Instagram, and did some Twittering and some Pinteresting, and just kind of enjoying social media today and spending time with my daughter. And now I'm spending time with you, sharing my day. So leave me a comment and tell me what you did today, or something that you did that was really meaningful in your life. And I look forward to reading it. So let me know. All right, I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.